Hi, this is Charles Hoskinson broadcasting live from warm, sunny Colorado. Always warm, always sunny, sometimes Colorado. I am back from Alabama and Georgia. Enjoyed my weekend off, and I had a lot of fun with the Georgia Mushroom Festival. Really a wonderful place, wonderful people, and I learned so much. My favorite presentation was done by Bill Yule, and he talked about bugs, slugs, and thugs. And it was mostly a presentation about how insects have co-evolved with mushrooms, and basically they harvest or live within the fruiting bodies of mushrooms. Really fascinating event. Met a lot of great people like Fungi Farms. They're based down in the South, and they provide a lot of the substrate material to actually grow oyster mushrooms in lion's mane and all kinds of really cool things. Also, I met William and Alan Rockefeller. William is a really prominent kid running around, and he's just like a mad scientist in the mushroom space. Had a nice backpack with a PCR tester, and he's going around taking samples of things, sending it out for $4 a pop to see if he's discovered a new species. And Alan is also a legendary mycologist in the mycological community. Many of you know I'm very passionate about gardening and a litany of other topics. For example, this lovely book on aquaponics. And I'm actually going to be setting up a hydroponic aquaponic facility very soon and a gourmet mushroom farm very soon. And I've been learning about all these things. Agritech is going through a renaissance right now. And in fact, Peter Thiel has a mushroom company that has a $2 billion valuation. There's a lot of companies with vertical farms that are in the billions of dollars of valuation. And COVID really demonstrated why that's important. When the supply chain shut down, we're having a hard time getting toilet paper, much less a meal to eat. And this was relatively minor pandemic compared to existential crises that could happen. And because of globalism, the world is very fragile, and slight perturbations of the supply chains can cause huge problems. So local production of food and supplies is a national priority. And turns out you can get fabulous margins on these things. A lot of these aquaponic growers are getting a 10 to 20% ROI. So if you got a bunch of money to dump somewhere and you're looking for some delta, it's a good place to put it. So it's a passion of mine, and it's something I think I can explore throughout the many decades. It also gives me something to talk about when I travel throughout Africa and other places. A lot of these countries are always concerned of how do we create sustainable agriculture? And it turns out there's a really cool solution to that. And it turns out that that cool solution could be quite profitable and allow a lot more diversity without destroying the local biodiversity. I care a lot about nature and environmentalism. We live in one environment, and the things that other people do have impact upon us. And if we don't take care of the world around us, then what we leave behind will be much worse than what we have inherited. If you don't believe me, just Google human fertility rates, male fertility rates, and look at how they plummeted over the last 40 years. That's mostly due probably to plastics and forever chemicals that stick around in your body for the rest of your life after you get them. So it's a dark tunnel to go down, but I'd encourage a lot of people to do so. Okay, on to Cardano. I'm back in the saddle, ready to fuck some shit up.